Alright guys, let me try to explain this economy to you. Economy 101, maybe 201, maybe 301. Alright, so there's tariffs going on, okay? We export our dollars as the US, as the world reserve currency, and we get goods from China, Russia, wherever, Saudi, all these places, right? And we operate at a trade deficit. That means other countries operate at a trade surplus. So they make money, they make profit, and they make dollars. And they take those dollars and they actually invest that into our treasury market and our stock market. Now, Trump has said from the beginning, from his first term to even before that to now, that he wants to fight for two things. He wants to fight for the middle class, right? The lower in the middle class who don't really own stocks. Only top 10% of people own like 90% of the stock market, right? So he doesn't care about those. At least that's what he said. But he wants to fight for the lower middle class and bring the jobs back here. Okay, he wants to make those iPhones and everything you see made in China, right? Everything you use every day. He wants to make that here. That's one point of why he wants to do that. Second point of why he wants to do that is because it's a national security threat, really. Because if let's say Russia stops liking us or China stops liking us, there's a war and they stop making shit, we don't have shit. We can't make it here, right? So those are the two reasons why he wants to cut the trade deficits. Not to be political, but it's consistent throughout, okay? He's been consistently saying that. And I guess the moment of truth is why the answer is Bitcoin and gold is because if he told China and everyone to get out of the market, right? He told them to stop, take their money and just go home. Okay? And they're not going to be buying treasuries and bonds and stocks anymore. So the stock market crashes. Bonds, the yields are going up. That means bonds are crashing. Now, there has to be a buyer of last resort. And who is that buyer? It is going to be the banks. At least that's what Scott Bessent said. So Scott Bessent on a podcast, All In Podcast, he's literally telling us this, and people are still freaking out, is saying that he wants to deregulate the banks and they will essentially be able to buy all the treasuries. All this. Okay, so all of this eventually leads to, drum roll please, there's no one there, inflation, printing, right? Printing from Jerome, my guy Jerome Powell, who literally said in the beginning when Trump got elected, he said, I don't care about Trump, I don't like him. We're an independent bank. He can't tell us what to do. And now, then he goes to tariffs will be, there'll be transitory inflation. If you recall, when the last time he said transitory inflation was 2020, COVID time, right? He said there's going to be transitory inflation and we'll be fine. And guess what? It was never transitory. So it's going to lead to major inflation. Now, it would lead to inflation regardless, right? Trump, he had two choices. It's kind of lesser evil. He's at least going to bring jobs back or try to. And we'll have inflation. Or we could have had inflation and have the jobs still elsewhere, offshore. So at least this way, you can try to get jobs back into the States, okay? Now, what was the second point there? So yeah, Jerome Powell is going to end up printing. And of course, that's going to be good for Bitcoin and gold. Whatever you can't print, okay? The actual shit that's scarce. That's about it. Good night, everybody. Good night.